Hello Ironfront and WarMod fans, this is Gunter Severlow. Welcome to the full version of IFA3 WarMod 1.14. This is a new rebuilt version of IFA3 WarMod, and it contains many new features as well as updated features that were previously existing. For those who are new to the mod, IFA3 WarMod is a massive add-on mod, customizable compilation mod. It contains many gameplay features, effects, and functions that will enhance your gameplay. Currently we are on the loading menu. This usually shows up if you have exited Virtual Arsenal or the editor, or don't have Apex. You'll see this right away on the main menu. Alright guys, let's get to Virtual Arsenal, where I would like to start demonstrating the features. To start off with, I'm going to demonstrate a feature that is not new in my WarMod. It's an existing one, but for those that are new to WarMod, this is what it is called. This feature is called Autozoom. And I'm going to start with the K98 here. And the way the auto zoom works is anytime you go to your iron, you have to press the zoom button. Well, you don't have to, but if you don't press the zoom button, your sights are very small, and you're trying to line up your sights with a target that's far, like that, way down there, and it's hard to hit them. So what this auto zoom does is when you bring up your iron sights like this, these sights automatically zoom in and bring in that zoom, basically just taking away the button action and bringing it up automatically. So this auto zoom works for all rifles, all submachine guns, all machine guns, all pistols, and launchers. Fully auto zoomed. Let's try a different weapon. We've got the BAR. Same sights. Sights are kind of blocked, so it really depends on this gun. I think this is better off for medium to far distance, but it depends on how you like to play. Let's try another gun. We have the DP, which is a Russian machine gun. You can see the sights are pretty close. Let's try another weapon. With the G43, Russian or German semi-rifle. The sights are this. I find just the front sights make it small, and the plate in the back here kind of make it just a tad challenging to line up that small sight, but otherwise it's still zoomed in. Let's try another weapon. We have the M1 carbine. This is a DLC weapon. The sights are zoomed in. It looks pretty cool. Works well. Weapon. Let's try the M1 Grand. These sights are pretty decent. So this is what it looks like when it's zoomed in. We have the Springfield. There are the sights for it. Zoomed in. Thompson. Now the sights for this, for me, I think are just a bit too close. I mean, it is a short weapon. I mean, it's a submachine gun, so, but I think all this stuff on the side and the front kind of blocks the view, and that's what makes it a little bit challenging. But if you didn't have that plate in the back there and just had the front sight, I think it could work. But this I usually hip shoot most of the time. Let's try another gun. The German MG42. I think sights should be just like this, not no big plates stuck up on the sides or anything like that. So this is the Mosin Nagant. The sights are pretty decent, zoomed in. Got the MP40. These sights are pretty nice. A lot more functional in my opinion than the Thompson. We have the MP44 or STG44. actually MP44, but later STG-40. And we have the PPSH, Russian submachine gun. These sights are pretty decent. Now we got the SVT, Russian semi-rifle. And just like the German Gewehr 43 semi-rifle, this is kind of like the same thing. The sights are pretty small, so it really depends, but this is fully zoomed in. Alright, let's try some pistols. Walter P38, the sights are zoomed in. We have a Tuktarov TT33. Sights are also zoomed in. A Colt, actually, let's try that one. Here's the Colt. This is the DLC weapon. Let's go to launchers. We have a M1A1 bazooka. And the sights for this zoom in as well. And then you have the Panzerfaust. These are the sights for it, of course, when it has ammo for it. And we have the Panzer Schreck, same thing. Alright, that concludes that feature. Let's move on to the next one. Alright guys, the next feature is Ascz Heads, and what this adds is 26 new heads that you can choose from to create your profile. Let's take this guy's helmet off and go to face, and basically we go to the top. Now all these, this icon, you see this icon, that's from IFA3WarMod. All these basically add new faces to the game from Arma 3. Some are from the campaign. So let's go with this guy. So you got a new face there. Some may not be realistic, I guess, for the era, but I don't know. I guess it really all depends on your perspective. Some are more fitting than others. And this guy's got some scars. And that gives you a decent idea of what that is. Let's move on to our next feature. Alright guys, our next feature is Blastcore. So if some of you don't know about Blastcore, then well, you're out of the limelight. Let's show you what it looks like.
Piyade nizam, piyade nizam.
Oh. God damn.
Do not fire.
Try another one. And of course, as you can see, we're using Ace. I'm just going to give you a couple things about it in after this. Damn. Yeah, it's Blastcore adds like the dust and smoke and flashes and stuff, and all the other features like the blood. I'll show you. Damn, I'll show you later. I think I might have to trigger this myself. Or not. Let's see. Yep. Damn, that was cool. Let's go to the garage.
منطقه امنه. منطقه امنه.
You guys get the idea. There's more to this, of course. Let's move on to the next feature. Alright, our next feature is called Bloodlust. What this does is add blood, bleeding, dripping, gibs, vaporization, and all kinds of crazy stuff. So let's shoot some guys and see what happens. You got blood splashes. Other blood splashes. Let's see what a grenade does. Damn. Yeah, it's a little bit, a little bit gory. Holy shit. Yeah, I don't know why they're speaking whatever they're speaking. Damn, stuff all the way over here. Jeez. That was a big explosion. Man, gibs and stuff everywhere. Jeez. These guys, like, didn't get affected. And he threw the gibs way over there. Yeah, that's right in the hole. In the bunch. It didn't seem to do too much. I guess it really depends on where the explosion is, but they all got affected somehow, so I think it really depends. Damn, did these guys. Yeah, it makes a big mess. Now the other part of this is you have a menu that comes with this where you can adjust all kinds of different stuff, like the different values, how long something stays, you know, the frequency, bleed durations, I believe that's like 5 seconds, smear spacing, bleed sounds, textures, splatter. So there's all kinds of stuff you can customize, so it's not just limited. Then you got vaporization. Let's see, speaking of vaporization enabled. You know, different stuff. Alright, let's move on to our next feature. Alright guys, our next feature is bullet casings. Now IFA3 already has bullet casings, and I believe not every weapon has bullet casings. You could test this out yourself with the vanilla aspect of IFA3 Lite. This happens to be something where every weapon has bullet casings. It's universal, so it's not like has specific classes of weapons where certain weapons have bullet casings or something. But the way this works is this is configurable in the user config, so you could set how many bullet casings will be on the ground at one time. You could also set how long before they get removed, and basically it adds some immersion. It can add a small performance hit if you have too many bullet casings, and of course that really depends on the user's computer, what they can handle. So to start off with, we'll start with the K98, and of course, you know, that's one shot. So every time you shoot a round, you get a bullet casing. Oops, pressed the wrong button, but hey, you get a bullet casing. The shell is specific to the type of gun that is being used. So like K98 won't have a pistol shell, it'll have a shell like that. Alright, let's try another weapon. Let's try the DP. And here you got bullet casings. Now these, for IFA3 Lite, or I don't know why it phases out like that, but for IFA3 Lite, like I said, the bullet casings will show up for so long. They fall on the ground, and I think they're gone like within 5 seconds. Now you can have only 100 bullet casings on the ground at one time before they start getting deleted. So that's, like I said, you can change that in the user config to anything you want. You can just take this add-on out and just not have bullet casings. It's up to you. It doesn't really matter. This IFA3WarMod is customizable like that. Let's try the G43. And bullet casings in this, they fall randomly where you're at. They're not like in some sort of categorized framework or something where they fall specifically a certain way on the ground. These guys fall wherever on the ground. Like they should. I don't know why they stick in the ground like that. It's some armor thing, I guess. Let's try another weapon. The carbine. Yeah, I don't know why they phase out like that. That has nothing to do with my mod. It's something with Arma 3. There's people that complain about that already. You see the shell size is different, you know, for each weapon. Let's try another gun. And grand should be just about the same, I think. You see some bullet casings have already been removed. Yeah, these casings will be bigger. Now you could set it to where the AI can have bullet casings as well. Let's try over here. Let's see. You can see these are smaller shells because this uses I believe Thompson is 9mm. I don't recall the specifics on the shell size for this, but that's basically what it is. Let's try another weapon. Let's try I do the MG42, but it's the same as the DP. How about the MP40? MP40 should be the same as the Thompson, and the shells are still there. So the shells, like I said, the shells stay as long as if they start exceeding 100, then they'll start disappearing. These shells are off. I don't know why. Sometimes they come out normal, and sometimes they don't. Alright, let's try another gun. One more gun. Here we go. Here's a good gun to test. Yeah, these shells are right. Damn. Yeah, these are right for this gun. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't know why they phase out like that. It's an Army 3 thing. Considering I'm running a dual core and I somewhat have low specs, I had to turn things down just to make things work. But alright, let's try a pistol. Even pistols have bullet casing. Yep, same size. Go upstairs here. And they don't fall, you know, I'm probably over explaining this, but like you could leave a trail of this stuff. They shouldn't be working for like high caliber weapons like 50 caliber or you know, tank MGs or something like that. That concludes that feature. Let's move on to the next. Another feature is you could have your AI copy your stance. So what you do is you highlight them, go to 7, and go down to where it says copy, and this guy will copy your stance. Now there's actually two add-ons for this. There's Vanzant's Copy My Stance, and there's also, if you go to Controls, Configure Add-ons, and you go to ASRAI, you have Toggle Copy My Stance. So Control Shift, let's change this to A. So this is what ASRAI. You could do it that way too. So there's a couple ways you could do it. and this basically toggles it. So that's basically what that does. Let's go on to the next feature. Alright guys, our next feature is called double weapon. With this you can carry two primary weapons at the same time. So it could be a rifle and a submachine gun. Now the way this works is, if you scroll your action menu on the bottom left here, you can see it says current weapon on back, primary weapon on back. So basically you put your primary weapon on your back, which is my K98, and then what we'll do is we'll pick up this Thompson, and here we got a Thompson that we can carry and a K98 at the same time. Now if I wanted to pick up a different gun, let's say this MP40, and swap it out, you can't carry this and the Thompson at the same time while carrying the K98. So it's either or. Now I could switch between these two, and what you want to do is you want to put your primary weapon on your back, which is the gun in your hand, and now you got two weapons. I don't know if you can see it right there. It's kind of buried on the one side there. And then what you could do is you could select the K98 and you'll have the other gun on your back. Now there is kind of a bug, at least to me it's a bug, if you go select M1 carbine from this, it automatically switches to it and reloads, which kind of breaks the immersion of it. But you should really just put primary weapon on your back, which again is, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it's right there. And then switch to it. Switch the K98 and do that. That's how that works. Now, if I wanted the MG42, obviously it's going to get swapped out. The thing is, if I pick up this bazooka, I can actually carry the bazooka and the carbine and the K98 at the same time. Let's move on to the next feature I want to show you is called Enhanced Movement by Bad Benson. Some of you may know about this, some may not. With this you can climb walls, leap over fences and sandbag. It's pretty cool. This next feature is called Incontentia Effects Mod, and it affects three things. The first thing it affects is ragdoll physics. The second thing it affects is the blood splashes. And the third thing it affects is muzzle flashes from weapons. Now I'm not sure if it's going to affect the muzzle flashes for the IFA3 weapons, but the ragdolls work, and as far as I could tell the blood splashes work too, but we'll see. So to start off with, let's try throwing a couple grenades. And watch the ragdoll effects. Now you're going to notice, of course, blood and gibs and whatever, but that's from the other mod. The ragdoll should fall a little bit more specific to how they die and so forth. What the fuck is this? bounced. Damn! I think you guys get the idea. Alright guys, the next feature is called Injure AI Add-on. This, I got permission recently. This was the last add-on I got permission for. And I did some tweaking to it, but just to show you what it does is when you injure any AI enemy, what they'll do is they'll lay on the ground and of course they'll bleed and stuff, and then they will yell random things based on their injuries, in pain, scream, and so forth. And then if there's any AI friendlies nearby, they'll come and give them first aid and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. They got 2 minutes before they die if they don't get any help. So it really depends where you hit them. Sometimes it takes a few seconds, or 5 seconds, 10 seconds. It depends. You see where this guy's coming. Yeah, and he's dragging him. I don't know what the hell these guys are yelling, but let's drag him somewhere that's still out in the open. But he basically drags him to cover. This ain't really cover, but you get the idea. And then he'll attempt to heal him. And sometimes the injured dude will yell out in pain and stuff, so we'll see. Yeah, it looks like he got healed. Sometimes it depends on the damage. If stuff is direct, it'll kill him outright, but I think there's a... Damn. So it really depends. We'll see. Alright, this guy right here looks like he's injured. You can hear what they yell. He might be injured. I know he's injured, but he's not going through the thing. This guy's injured.
Oh God, Larry, help me!
There's friendly AIs around, but I don't know why they're not doing anything. I guess it depends. Even if you just clip a guy, I guess it really just depends. He's putting pressure on the wrong leg. I think this guy died. It's usually like 2 minutes according to the script that runs. Yeah, this guy's dead. So if he doesn't get any help for 2 minutes, he'll end up dying. But it's very random, so you can't tell who's gonna get injured or not. Or, I mean, yeah, this guy's injured. I think if a friendly AI sees him go down, they might do something. Huh, there we go. They don't always get help. I don't know, they drag him a mile away, but I think this really adds... Wow, this guy got injured. Damn, that went through both of them. A few guys got injured. I think one died. Yep. Damn, he brought him way out there. One of these guys. He had his foot in his mouth. This guy's got to be injured.
Help! Help me!
Yeah, he is. I think. Yep, this guy's injured. I don't know why these guys are yelling Iranian or something. Sometimes you get like a stuck animation like this. I don't know why, but and again, I don't know why.
Help me!
Ooh. So this guy is injured. No, I guess not. It's not him. This guy.
Help! Help! Help me!
Alright, I think you guys get the idea. Let's move on to the next feature. Alright guys, the next feature is Laxman's Immerse. Now what this does is every time you fire your weapon, you get a screen shake. And the edges around the screen kind of darken a little bit. Explosions affect this. A little bit. So the screen shake. Let's try another one. Damn. So you can tell the distance affects it. And then see when bullets whiz by you, the screen will also shake. Hit too. Alright, you guys get the idea. Let's move on to the next feature. Alright, the next feature, guys, is called Mocapp Melee. And what this does is allows you to punch, kick, take down, rifle butt enemy soldiers, or pretty much anybody. And let's start off by going over the controls for these. The way you set this up is you go to Option, you go to Controls, Configure Add-ons, go down to the list where it says Mocapp, and your main attack button is going to be basically like punches and stuff. I got mine set up already. But you have X, well, that's my buttons. Then you have legs and takedowns and grabs. So let's check this out. Let's start with this guy and let's do rifle butt. I could see a rifle butt doing some damage. And you got to be so close to them for it to work. I kind of wish it was more immersive than that, but then you have a kick. And usually punches, kicks, rifle butts, what they'll do is they'll disarm them too. Now if I drop my weapon, if you have a weapon, you'll do a rifle butt with a submachine gun or rifle, whatever. If you don't, you'll end up punching the guy. I really can't see punching a guy killing him, but basically, what do you expect from a game? And this one is takedowns and grabs. Usually with this, you can do it from the front. This can be kind of tricky sometimes, but I got it right away this time. But your guy goes into an animation where he's choking the guy out, and it basically kills him. And that's how that works. Let's go on to the next feature. Alright, this next feature is called Sanche'z Weapon Drop. Now, with this, you know about this earlier, we could pick up any weapon and just use two primary weapons. With this, you could drop any weapon that you got. So let's put this guy on our back. So we got a few weapons to mess with. Let's say you're running around and you run out of ammo for a gun, and there's no ammo in sight, no ammo boxes, no other friendlies that have the same gun that could give you ammo. So what you could do is you just press the key on your keyboard and just drop the weapon. Since I got another weapon, I could do the same with this. And let's pick up a weapon. Now I got the Panzerfaust. So I got two weapons again. Let's pick up a pistol. So now I got three weapons. I got a semi, Panzerfaust, and a pistol. So what if I run out of ammo with this? Press the button. Drop. What about the Panzerfaust? Damn. What if I ran out of ammo with this? You can drop it. What if I'm down to a pistol and I got no ammo? You can drop it. Alright, let's go into the controls. Go to controls, you can configure this. You have to go to configure add-ons, and basically this is called Mr. Sanchez's quick weapon drop. So you click on this. I have mine set for D, and basically you just set up the key to drop a weapon. So D for drop, hit OK. Actually, I want to go back to this a sec. I forgot to mention when I was doing the double weapon feature that on double weapons, like what we're doing where you can carry a semi and a Panzerfaust and maybe a K98 at the same time, you could set these up to whatever keys you want. I mostly do it through the action menu, but this is how you could do it. Let's move on to the next. Alright guys, here's the next feature. This is unit falls, body falls, screams and yells. So I'm going to demonstrate. So listen for the yells and the body falls. So when a guy gets shot, he'll make a scream or yell, and you could hear him hit the ground too, kind of, fall down.
Сзади!
Son of a bitch!
Вражеским огнем!
Son of a bitch!
Жду указаний!
Жду! Направление! Северо-восток!
Иду!
Удачно! Чисто!
Жду
Все
указаний!
чисто!
Alright guys, that concludes this feature. Let's move on to the next. Alright guys, the next feature is ST HUD and ST Interact by Dyslexy. And as you can see, at the base of my HUD here, you have a circle, compass-like, and of course I have a squad under my command. And as I move around, the squad follows me. It kind of gives me a idea of where they're at in position and distance and so forth. If I change their formation, you can see how that goes. This is not a new feature. I had it in my last one, and this only shows up if if you are part of a group or if you command a group. That's the only time it shows up. Now the other feature is you can disconnect from these guys. Go into team management and leave in the group, and this is the ST, where the ST Interact comes in. Another feature has to do with ST Interact, and this one is where you have a guy in your group and you could basically switch to that unit. So all you have to do is scroll your action menu, press 2 if the guy's number 2 in your squad, and you could switch to unit 2. So now I'm unit 2. And if you wanted to switch back, and how I'm doing this is I basically made this guy playable in the editor, and that's how that works. Alright, this next feature is called Tail Unfolding Map. Let's check it out. Well, if we were on Altis, this would be your map, but you could basically put your map on the ground, and this works with Ascz. As you could see, you could also do the primary weapons and all that stuff on your back too. And that concludes that feature. Alright, back again for our next feature. We have tracers for the K98, Mocapp, STG-44, PPSH, G43, machine guns, and there's some other guns that don't have them. Let's demonstrate. Starting with the K98. every shot's a tracer. I know it's not realistic, especially for K98, but it's not really meant to be realistic. It's more for fun and aesthetics. I mean, I like tracers, it's pretty cool. So if you don't really like tracers in terms of trying to be realistic, then this won't be for you. But you could always yank the file for this. So this the red ones are the default tracers that for IFA3 Lite. So this is a feature I created. It's still work in progress. I had it in my last versions of IFA3WarMod. M1 Carbine should have it. This is IFA3, I believe. No tracers. That's still work in progress. Thompson probably won't have tracers. There's only so many guns that have tracers, and the ones that do, get some earplugs for this. The ones that do have tracers are white. Let's shoot that again. These are IFA3 tracers. Unless my config is affecting these, because this is every shot's a tracer for these. Somehow I got it working for the MP3 but not for the MP4. So I'm not totally sure what's going on. That's why I said this is still work in progress. And PPS8 don't have it either. SVT might. I believe those are IFA3. Alright guys, that concludes that feature. Let's move on to the next. This next feature, once you get into game, there's going to be like a 5-10 second delay, and you're going to have like a little bit of loss of performance because of the initialization of a mod called TPW mods. And while it's initializing, and once it gets done, you'll get that box up on the top right. Now, you can turn that off in the user config if you want. That's just like the startup hint, and of course there's other stuff in the user config as well. Now this next feature I want to show you is the stabilization of the weapons. In the user config there is a script that basically adjusts the recoil and the sway, and combine this with Ascz advanced fatigue, which I'll demonstrate. But let's get a different weapon so I can shoot more, and I'm going to show you how this works. Now this add-on is called Vanzant's steadyshot. I've had this in previous versions and I really love this. If you guys notice that in IFA3 Lite the weapons are they recoil a little bit, and the gun just sways all over the place. It's not very controllable. So basically, along with all the other features, you can see that the shot is more stable. You still have I don't want to say a recoil, but the screen does shake, and that's part of another mod. That's part of Laxman's Immerse. But you can see that makes up for the difference in recoil. So you still have a stabilized shot. Let's change to a different gun. Let's go to the carbine. So you can see the gun still jumps. There still seem to be like a recoil, but it's stable. It's not like when you shoot, the gun shoots up and it's all crazy. It's stable. In my opinion, this is how the gun should be. This is more playable, and it's still fairly immersive. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I can't stand trying to hit a target and the gun's all over the place and jumping up and crazy and shit. I can't stand that. So you realism fans saying, well, that's not how the gun really is because I own one or whatever, well, that's whatever. You could adjust this in the user config to how you want, and it's all there. But keep in mind that IFA3WarMod is a run and gun realism mod. It's customizable. You can change things, and nothing in here is fixed, as in it's what you see is not what you get. I mean, it is, but you can change it. Let's go to another gun, give you another idea. But I really like this because it's the gun still has the recoil. Still has that kind of recoil effect, whereas the guns would be climbing and all over the place. This gun kind of shakes all over the place, but your sights are still spot on. Let's try the MP40. There is another feature which I forgot to show you guys. Of course, this is known with Ascz, and of course this file can be taken out. And of course this ain't realistic, be shooting this gun like this. I'm sure there's some... But you could hear the how the sound you go kind of deaf. That's with Ascz. Let's go to the MP40, because the MP40 was known to have a crazy recoil on it. It still does. But it says your sights are still stabilized and steady. Now here's in Ascz, which is in the mod obviously. If we do some running around, I have advanced fatigue in here. Hopefully it shows up. Yeah, here it is. Now you can see at the top right there's a bar there, and advanced fatigue affects your sway and stuff and your breathing. Let's add a Panzerfaust along with a backpack. Add some grenades. And you can see the bar coming up. There is also another feature. You know that this bar represents the amount that you can carry. There's also, I forgot to mention, there's also another add-on that increases your carrying capacity, so you can actually carry more without being over fatigued from just what you're carrying. So your fatigue is actually doubled now, so you can carry a lot more, but your fatigue will still get affected to some degree. As for advanced fatigue, and according to what the wiki says for Ascz, your stamina, these are based on real life values and studies or research or whatever they said. And as you can notice, my gun is moving a little bit more, so it's actually harder to shoot. Now if you don't move around, you can kind of see the bar. You know, you're recovering your fatigue, and obviously you'll recover your fatigue faster if you're prone, and that's basically what that does. Alright guys, our next feature is called addon Enhanced. This is a addon editor enhancement. What this will do is add different features and functions to the editor. Let's see if I can find a couple to give you an idea. We have, let's see, 3 addon enhanced tools. So you got some different stuff here. And let's put down a unit. I'll show you some of the cool stuff. Now this is a unit after you place, and what addon Enhance does is adds all kinds of different things that you can give your soldiers or even groups different options. Disable AI features, advanced skill settings, unit trait, event scripting, soldier tracking, which is pretty cool. You could even do the same for groups. About the same stuff. And that's about as far as I can go with that. There might be modules maybe. I'm still kind of learning and messing around with this, seeing what else there is, but that's basically the... Alright guys, that concludes the demonstration. Not all features were demonstrated. Keep in mind that Ascz is in the mod. There are only so many files or features from Ascz, as the majority of them are for modern war type of gameplay. So I pretty much added files that were from Ascz that could be more general gameplay function that's not specific to any era of war, so it'll work for World War II, considering IFA3 is for World War II. So what's next is I have a gameplay video. It's about a little under 30 minutes long. I go over some things in that, but it's mostly gameplay, and it's basically a demonstration of all the features in the gameplay. I don't really demonstrate anything in there. I just pretty much play, and you can just see stuff in action. So that'll be part 2 to this demonstration, and I want to thank you guys for watching, and hope you enjoyed the features, and I will catch you in the next video. Hell!